Okay, today is November 12th, day number 53 of our 60 days challenge, 12 weeks, Monday through Friday, 1,000 reps every single day. You should be at 53,000 reps at the end of today's workout. We use 15 pounds for the arms, every other body part. I use 30 for the chest. That's the only one I switch up differently. But at this point right now, I'm down 14 pounds over that 12 weeks. We're in week 11 right now. We have one more week after this to go. So if you're with me, stay strong, finish hard. So if you're new to the program, Monday through Friday, 1,000 reps every day. You can't be weak. You got to be able to get this shit done. So Monday through Friday. So what I'm going to show you right now, to be able to know where you are going, you have to know where you've been. One of the things that you need to be able to do is to take a before picture and then find a picture of what you want to go towards. That's how you get success, guys. You got to know exactly where you want to be and use that old picture as motivation. That old fat, obese person that didn't take care of themselves, that was me a year ago. And I've changed my entire fitness, my entire life, my mind and everything in a year just by doing light weights, heavy reps. I'm 53 years old, and you can absolutely transform your life in just 12 weeks. The discipline it'll build, the confidence that it'll build, it is 100% worth it. So the program, thanks, man. Yeah, 1 year. So basically what happened was I've had 5 back surgeries, 2 fusions. The first fusion was failed. Then I went back 2 years later, got L4, 5, 1, all fused together with screws and bolts and all kind of crap in my back. And at that point right there, I ballooned up out of control. And I thought, I didn't feel like I was ever going to be able to make it back. But then I just decided a little over a year ago, I was like, screw it. I'm going for this. I'm 53. I was 52 at the time. I'm like, you know what? I have to be able to do this. Push it, because, you know, when retirement comes or whatever comes at some point in time, you have to be able to feel good about yourself, but you also got to be able to do things. You got to walk every day. You got to watch what you eat. You got to work out. You can do it. 100% you can do it. And especially if you're older, if you're 45 plus and you have a little bit of arthritis or your joints are sore, or let's say you've taken 2 decades and you haven't worked out at all. You've neglected yourself because you're taking care of your family and all these other obligations. Now's the time for you. And you can do it with 2 dumbbells. I use 15 pounds. You could do it with 10 pounds. That's what I started with. I could hardly do 20 with 10 pounds. Now I can do through the whole entire thing without even with a rest. But that didn't happen overnight. But you will shred down completely. In this 12-week challenge so far, we're on week 11. I've lost 14 pounds just in that time. And I was way past that. But I've lost 14 pounds. You can do it. You gotta want it, and you gotta do it. So the biggest problem right now, love from SA, chronic pain, almost gone. And I'll tell you, it was a struggle getting through that. As far as pain goes, I can work out, there is like that, but bending over and like picking up sticks in the yard, or sitting for a long time, or standing for a long time, it starts to tighten up the lower back. But other than that, staying fit, I walk every day. I think that is what's really got me, because I was to the point where the doctors didn't know if I was going to be able to do much, because my discs were smashed at that point, just from, you know, I'm 5'6", I was like 175 pounds. I played hockey and everything. I got beat up. I pushed it pretty hard. And I decided, you know what? It's a fitness journey. You got to be able to do it. And I mean, my wife thinks I'm crazy, but that pain right there that you're feeling, it kind of just, it energizes me, because I know that 99% of the population is not doing it. So I talk about in my classes when I teach about competitive advantage. Your competitive advantage against other people is action. Are you taking action on a daily basis? Because 99% of the population is not taking advantage. They're not taking action every single day. If you take action and you put the discipline to work, you will transform your body and your mind. 100%. 100%. So in the program here, am I religious? I'd say yes. I'd say I'm spiritual. Do I believe that there is a God, power, and energy in the universe, the creation? 100%. 100%. And here's what it is. And I'll tell you, this has been my secret because I've been a business owner all my life, stressed out, anxiety, getting sick. At one point in time, things got so bad that I just said, I gave it all over. And I'm like, God, universe, and whatever you are, whatever name you are, I'm turning it over to you. And I know that everything that happens to me is for my own benefit. And when I did that, everything in my life changed. It was like all the stress, all the anxiety. If you can live every single day knowing that we don't know what's good and bad for us, only the universe does. And what you do with that is what's going to shape your life. If you believe that everything that happens to you, from a flat tire, from being sick, from losing a job, any of these things, if you believe that there is a reason and they work for your advantage, they will. Because when you look back at the bad things that happened to your life, those are the things that catapulted you typically on to the greatness. So if something bad happens today, just know there's something great going to end up happening. But you got to think that way. Too many people think when something bad happens, even a flat tire, that may have just saved you from an accident down the road, being killed. That job that you may have lost, as it seems terrible in the moment, may catapult you into something that is your passion and your purpose in your life. So it's all mindset. And if you believe that type of stuff, you will achieve amazing things. But if you believe that everything bad's happening to you and you're just being knocked down, that's what's going to happen to you. Well, that's just my thoughts on that. Am I one of those people, church every Sunday type people, and Jesus this? No, not. I don't try to push any of my beliefs on anybody. I'll talk about it, but I think that it is a personal thing. And I've seen too many people use religious type stuff to game the system. Okay, that's in round 3. So basically the way the program works here, we have 3 rounds plus 100 at the end. 3 rounds, 6 exercises in each one, hitting all 6 different body part regions, total of 1,000 reps. So we'll do 1, 2, 3 rounds, and then at the last 100, you pick what you want. So if you want to work on your chest, get an extra 500 reps in a week on your chest or your arms or your back, or switch it up, do whatever you want to do. Whatever part feels weak, or maybe it's a strong part and you want to really emphasize it for the week, I do that. So this week I'm working on chest, so I'm going to pound out 100 without a rest, 100 reps right at the end. I use 30 pounds for my chest and I use 15 pounds for everything else. Let's go start round 2. So I know these pants, if you watch me every day, I wear these same shorts every single day for the full 12 weeks. And the reason I do, and I'm going to wear them to the end and I'm going to throw them away. But I wore them every time because when I started the journey, when I started just even 12 weeks ago, these things were a little snug on me. And the belt buckle, I still have one to go. At this point right now, I like it because I don't even have to take the belt off or unbutton them. I can just pull them right up on just like they were shorts at this point. I have so much space. We're here. I'm on the last buckle. The belt does absolutely no good. It's just there. So if that's what it was, I hate the scale. I would stay away from the scale. You can weigh yourself every once in a while, but it can kill your drive. It can kill your motivation because you may be working hard, but you're not seeing it on the scale. Use your clothes as the gauge. Use your clothes. When this starts to get a lot looser here, it doesn't matter what the scale says because you might be gaining muscle or water or whatever. Look at this area. Women maybe back here. Look at your chest. You're gonna lose the weight off of your face and your shoulders and your back first for the most part. There may be exceptions, but that does not disprove the rule of how the weight comes off. You can't really spot reduce your weight loss, but you're gonna see it come off of here, your face, up here, then it'll come here. Guys, probably the last part that's gonna happen is right here. Women, probably in the hips, but it will work. It will. And once you start to see that loss, if you wanna say loss, it's gonna motivate you to go on and on and on. But to say that it's not gonna take a lot of work, I'd be lying to you. It is going to take commitment, focus, discipline on a daily basis, walking, working out, and how you eat. I'd say starting off eating, I talk about this every day. Make a list of everything that you eat and drink in a day, and then start eliminating things that you know that are bad for you. Just that self-awareness of seeing what you put in your body every day will create the change on its own. These crazy fad diets, nobody can stay on them long term. If you can make 2 weeks through some of these diets, you're lucky. And then you fall off the edge and you say, screw it, and you're back even worse than where you were. That's why I like to gradually do it and do it on your own and eliminate things because you still gotta live life. But once you start writing those things down and finding out the calorie intake, you'll quit them because you're working too hard. It's better that you do it than somebody else telling you what to do. I know it's only 15 pounds, but if you're using 15 pounds, use the weight that whenever you hit 40, that 40 to 50, 45, in that range right there, you're almost at like, you want to give up. You want to quit. It's hurting so bad that you want to quit. So if you're getting all the way to 50, between that 40 and 50, and it's not that much of a struggle, then you need to up the weight. Problem is, between 10, after you go up to 10, 15, you're jumping in 5-pound increments. In the small ones, when you start off, you might be able to get 2s, 4s, 6s, 8s, up to 10. But you'd be surprised if you're going to do 1,000 reps. 5 pounds may be where you need to be. The great thing about this is you can take these weights anywhere you go. 2 5-pound dumbbells. You can't put it in your suitcase and go on vacation with like that, but if you're driving somewhere, and it's basically the no excuse workout because you don't need to go to the gym. You don't need heavy equipment. You don't need barbells and big weights and things like that. You can do it with 2 5-pound dumbbells or 10 pounds or whatever you have that can travel with your wear. And the best thing is, don't tell anybody what you're doing. Allow your results to speak for themselves. Because unfortunately, my friends, we live in a world of haters. And some of your worst haters may be the people that you love the most. But they will hate on you if you're improving your life and they're being left behind. And they're being left behind by choice. By choice. They're choosing not to go on the journey. It's a lot easier for people to try to bust buildings down. We see it every day. We see it every day in politics and the media and all that stuff. People would rather destroy somebody than to make themselves better. It's a sickness. It's a disease. It's a laziness freaking disease. But you don't have to take part in it. It's your choice. So part of the things that I offer is my 12-week online Trainerize app program. I'm not doing 1,000 reps every day. We're going to be on about 3 times a week to start off in that 400 to 500 rep range. Same type of thing, hitting every body part for 12 weeks. And every 4 weeks, we decrease the rest time and we increase the reps. And over those 12 weeks to get into the program, everybody's got to do that. And then after the 12 weeks, when your body is prepped and ready, then we're going to get into single body parts on a daily basis. Maybe arms on Monday, chest on Tuesday. Maybe we'll double things up, stuff like that, with a little bit heavier dumbbells, not as high reps, but you got to go through that 12 weeks first to be able to get into shape, learn the exercises, get in a little physical shape, learn about your diet. There's 12 weeks, there's no specific diet. You create your own as you're moving along, basically an elimination diet. You're getting your 10,000 steps every day, 5 to 7 days a week. You're working out 3 times a week. In phase 2, you might jump that up to 4 times a week. But when you're doing such a little lower reps, you can get all this done in 30 minutes. My time here is a little bit longer just because I talk in between, but you can do it. You can do it. My wife is 49 years old. She's only about 5'4", but she lost 20 pounds on this. And right now at that age, going through my program, she's at the weight and size she was when she was in her 20s. It's freaking amazing. I seen her getting dressed for work this morning. She had tights on. She's a kindergarten teacher. I'm like, my God, you look like you were whenever I met you in your 20s. It is 100% doable. And if you're on the Ozempic and all that kind of stuff, that's fine. But you got to build your lifestyle. You got to change it. You got to start doing things like this. So when you do go off it, you actually have some muscle tone and you have some discipline to keep going. You see these people that are on that stuff that aren't working out, they look like death. Absolute death. We're going to find out that's going to bounce back. You know, the great thing about life is it's a choice. You can choose to do it, and you can choose not to do it. Why some people choose to and some don't? If you got the answer, let me know, because I don't know. Why somebody would choose to be obese and not take care of themselves is beyond my understanding. I'm going to get one life to live. My God. In my program, so basically what we're doing right now, 1,000 reps, Monday through Friday, every single day, hitting every body part, low weight, high reps. Today is actually day 53. So after the end of today, you have 53,000 reps. Over those 53 days, we're going to 60. It'll be 12 weeks. I've lost 14 pounds already during this transition. You can go back and watch my ones. I've recorded every single day. Guaranteed, if you work it to work for you. So we do the workout, we do our 10,000 steps every day, and we monitor what we're eating. We write it down, and we eliminate the bad things. In my app, if you go to the coaching, DM me on Instagram at Dr. Michael Baptiste, Dr. Michael Baptiste. I'm not a medical doctor. I teach sports management at the college level. But in there, I don't think we have an information problem. We have an accountability problem. And when you're in there, part of the app is me, personally me. You have my phone number. You'll be getting daily text messages like, hey, John, get your ass up out of bed. Did you work? Sally, did you eat right today? What do you do? So you'll have me on you daily to get this stuff done. And that little bit, just knowing somebody's going to be there is going to push you to change your life. And when you change your physical, your health, your career will change, your relationships will change, and most importantly, the relationship with yourself. Too many people hate who they are. And when you look in the mirror and you're 100 pounds overweight, even if you're not 100 pounds, but you're just not, you don't like what you see, how can you expect other people to like you if you don't even like yourself? If you don't love you, how can you feel the love of anybody else? Because you don't feel worthy. If you don't feel worthy of loving yourself, how can you feel worthy of feeling love from anybody else? So you need to, when they say take a look in the mirror, you got to take a look in the mirror and say, do I love who I am? It's not narcissistic or anything. Do you like who you are? You're the most important person in this world. There's nobody more important than you to yourself. So you got to love you. And the only way you can really do that, this is my opinion, is through fitness, becoming healthy, and then it'll transition into the confidence. You'll walk into a room feeling that you own it. It doesn't matter what anybody else says or thinks. Screw them all. It doesn't matter. Only thing that matters in this world is what you think about yourself and what your beliefs and values are. That is the only thing that matters in this world. Because if you start off in a negative spot and you don't like yourself, everything else is a spiral out of control. It all starts with a decision. Do you decide to do it or do you decide not to do it? That's the end of round two. So basically, I hate all of you. Jesus is more important. 60s. Huh. Well, greatest thing is we can all have our own beliefs. But I believe that when I say about the most important thing, I'm not talking about over God or religion or anything like that, your own beliefs. I'm saying in the human world, the most important thing is you. And maybe the most important thing about you is you and your connection with the Creator. But you have to love yourself. You can't hate yourself going through this world and expect good things to happen to you. It just doesn't. It's almost like a law of the universe. You can't walk around hating who you are and just have these expectations of great things happening in your life. It all starts with self-love. You have to love you. Then that energy of you loving yourself will attract those other things in. Not almost attract, but you can't. If you're living a life of hate, even hating other people, you can't see the good things. They're all out there. But it's like this. It's called frequency illusion. We only see the things that we want to see. And if we are in a negative, bad, hate mood all the time, we are going to see negative, hate things everywhere. It's everywhere. But if we're in a positive, loving mode, then we're going to see positive, loving things everywhere. Go out in the world today and try to find all the things that are wrong with it. Be able to list a mile long. Then the next day, go out and try to find all the things that are good with it. If you're not used to this kind of thinking, it might be a little bit hard at first, but I'm talking about every little thing, holding the door open for somebody, talking to them, thanking them, having gratitude, all these types of things. If you're looking for that stuff, it's there. It's for your taking. But you got to be able to recognize it. Let's finish this up. Let's go round 3. Let's go. The one comment there is Jesus is everything. It is, but if you got to focus on it. Thanks, man. It all comes with hard work, discipline, dedication, and then confidence will roll in. Just owning the room. I'm telling you, 3 things: trifecta, the triangle. Working out, especially if you're older. This workout might not be for everybody. It works for me. You can see it works for me. I've lost 14 pounds in the last 10 weeks. It's working out, and if you're older, high weights, high reps, low weights, 10,000 steps a day, and monitoring what you eat. No crazy ass diets on my plan here. I want you to take a piece of paper. Every single thing that you eat or drink in a day, I want you to write it down. End of the day, go to ChatGPT or Grok, type that stuff in, find out what your calorie count is. Okay? Once you do that, you'll be like, shit, I didn't realize I was eating 6,000 calories a day. You have to be in a deficit to be able to lose weight. But I'm over what my daily intake by 2,000 calories. And over time, it's slowly adding up. So if you can work out with these high reps, low weights, you're gonna get your cardiovascular working, you're gonna get your muscles, you get all that, and then you're walking, you're burning more calories, you're becoming fit. Remember, muscles burn more calories. So sometimes you don't have to completely change your whole entire diet just by starting to move, by moving, by working out, and then eliminating those things. You're like Big Mac, French fries, and you look like, what the hell am I been doing? I've been poisoning myself. I'm not eating that anymore. But you need to become aware. People like zombies going through life, just eating whatever they think and not even really taking account for it. That's where the problem's at. Just become self-aware, because you can do it. You don't need somebody monitoring you 24 hours a day. You gotta be able to live. See, when you get between that 40 and 50 there, basically in life, I found if you want it bad enough, you can accomplish anything you want. Anything. As far as education wise, career wise, body wise, relationship wise, there is no limitations except for your own mind limiting yourself. Nobody's holding you back. In America, the only thing that's holding you back are your own damned excuses, and you're willing. You have the willingness to quit. You have no. You don't want to work. In this country, you can. We have such a freaking victim mentality. Oh, I'm fat because of the food. You're fat because of the food you put in your body. Nobody forced you to do that. You're fat because you don't get your fat ass up and move. Stop blaming everybody and take responsibility. You know, when you start taking responsibility, then you can change things. But when it's always somebody else's fault, oh, the government, oh, the president, oh, this, oh, that, oh, my boss, that's such bullshit. Come on. You got to grow up. You know, if you're a kid and you got to stop your kids from doing that when they're young too, so they don't do it as adults. But basically, if you're living that victim mentality, then you're getting exactly what you deserve. You're earning your spot in this world. And if you want to be a victim all your life, you're going to die a victim. You're going to get nothing. Nothing. It's nobody's fault besides your own. Do I watch UFC? Absolutely. Absolutely. I love freaking. I'm too old, but it would be freaking fun as hell to be able to get into a fight like that. With the right, but UFC, Dana White, that's the kind of shit right there that it's America. It's freaking America. I'm not saying I condone fighting on the street, going out and punch people, all these freaking maniacs, but in a controlled area like that, I'd say, who's your favorite? Who do you want? Oh, I'd say one of my favorites was Nick. Hasn't fought for a while. Conor McGregor fought him. Nick, what's his name? Him and his brother were fighters. Nick, damn, I can't think of it right now. Shit. Put it in the comments there. He fought Conor McGregor. They were 1-for-1 against each other. What the hell's his name? Nick. Can't think of it right now. Yes! Diaz. Was it Nick or was it his brother? The younger brother that fought Conor. I don't know if that was that Nick that fought him, but the thing I loved about him the most, that motherfucker would take a freaking beating. Like a bloody ass pulp of a beating. And you just couldn't stop him. He'd be covered in blood every fight. He'd come back, man. Even if he ended up losing at the end, it didn't matter. I love watching him fight because he was relentless. He'd get freaking punched, bloody, knocked down, get right up, come on. That to me, that's life. That's a freaking winner. Yeah, I just love that kind of shit. I think that's to me the UFC. Chase Sonnet. Why? Because I'm a smart ass. Chase Sonnet's pretty cool too. He could definitely talk smack, that's for sure. Yeah, Chase Sonnet, one thing I liked about him too is he didn't give a shit what other people thought about him. Nothing. He could lay it down, and he was on the Apprentice, Donald Trump, back in the day. I love that attitude, that confident attitude. He could go over the edge a little bit sometimes, but we all have our own choices. We can all do whatever we want. Between George St. Pierre and St. Pierre was kick-ass too. Yeah, absolutely. I can't really think of the names right now, but who was the one that I think he's awesome too, is that fought Conor McGregor whenever Conor McGregor broke his leg. Um, I can't think of the names right now. I can picture it in my head. He's got tattoos and stuff, but he's also a freaking killer as well. You know, he was fun to watch. Um, I like them all, man. Anybody that has the guts to get into the ring and take a beating it's got my respect. That's for damn sure. Dustin Poirier, yes, freaking awesome too. You know, this is cool as shit. You know, and to be honest with you, if it wasn't for my wife, I'd love to have that freaking tattoo on my arm as well. Like that, I think that's just cool as shit. Even though I'm 53 years old, I'd do it in a heartbeat if the old lady would allow me. But you know, maybe someday. Let's see. But so we got our abs and our legs. We're done with round 3, and then we got our final 100. Just gone a little bit longer today because we've been having a conversation here, but I really appreciate it, man. I do really appreciate it. I love talking UFC, all that kind of shit, and especially Dana White. Like just that authenticity. Like if he found somebody cheating in his organization, he'd fucking throw them the hell out. Probably have them arrested and put in jail because it's just honor, respect, you know, that kind of stuff. That's like the American, like, I don't know. I just like that Americanism and that stuff. You work hard, you do it honestly, you do it fair, you get to reap the rewards. There's too many people out there that are doing illegal stuff, trying to cut corners, and eventually you're always going to get caught. You're always going to get caught. And if you're doing the right thing every day and you don't see the gains from it, it will always catch up to you. Good or bad, it will always catch up to you. Our kids need to learn that more too. That ab exercise right there. I agree. Without Dana White, the UFC is nothing. 100%. And when I get political there, same thing with Donald Trump in our country. Without him, we're down the shitter. Absolutely down the shitter. Got to hold all of these. I don't care, Republican, Democrat, any of these people. He was a business owner, and they make him look bad all the time. But it's because of all these cocksuckers on both sides of the aisle. Most of them are lying, cheating scumbags, taking advantage of the system and taking advantage of our money. You know, when you pay taxes at the end of the year and they send that shit overseas, send it to the illegals, send all that shit, that's bullshit. That's absolute bullshit. And he's trying to stop it. You know, most people can't even afford their own health insurance, but we're giving it to people for free because they broke the law. Get the fuck out of here. I didn't want to get political in this stuff, but some of that shit just really just starts to really piss me off. If you have enough pride in yourself, you don't even want free stuff. It should be there for somebody to help them get up, but not to live on their life with it. 45 million people needing food stamps. How could you even do that? It's like it's your entitlement forever. Our government's supposed to be there to help each other. I'd help anybody any day of the thing, but not for their entire lives. Get your ass up and work like the rest of us. Did you notice that some of these people, and I'm not going to talk about this stuff again after this, but some of the most obese people are some of the poorest ass people? What's that say? Best way to find work. Go put an application in. Go talk to somebody. I teach it in my career readiness class. How about instead of picking up the phone or sending an email, how about going to their freaking doorstep at the business and ask to talk to the boss? Because when I talk about competitive advantage, people, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. That's why you don't have a freaking job. Even if it's at a grocery store, or if you want to start, have some initiative. Go there, walk there on your fucking feet, and turn an application and say, I want to talk to the boss. I want to talk to the whatever. And don't leave until you talk to them. Say, I'm here because I need a job. I really want to work for this. More than likely, you're going to get a job right on the spot, because every business needs good people. I don't care if they have a sign up looking for help. Every business. I was a business owner for 27 years. If somebody walked in my door and could add value to my business, I would hire them in a second. And have to have a sign up. There's a sign, to me, no matter what business is out there, there's a sign up saying, we need good people. It's hard to find them, man. It is hard to find good people. So what I would suggest, find the business, the place where you want to work, do a little research on them, do a little due diligence. Let's do in the background check, find out a little bit about the owner, look him up on LinkedIn, social media, whatever. Then if you have to set up a time, go there. If you have to set up a time. But if you just go there and you know the business, and you can talk to the people, the chances, say this, what's going to give you a better chance? Emailing or sitting in your ass at home, or getting up and going to the place and talking to the owner and asking him for a job. And here's the big one. It's about value. You don't get paid for your time. You get paid for the value that you add. Tell them the value that you can add to their business, because it's going to come down to, why would I hire you? Don't say, because I need a job. Don't ever say that, because I need a job. It's not about you. It's about what you can do for them. They're not hiring it to help you. They're hiring it because you can help them. So think about the value that you can add to that business. I mean, you're not taught this kind of shit in school, but as a business owner, I teach it in my career readiness class. I talk about the value. Not value as a human being, but the value that you can bring to the market, because that value is what gets paid. That's plain and simple. You could be a complete douchebag, but if you add value to a business, you're going to get paid. You could be the nicest guy in the world, nicest woman in the world, but if you add no value to the business, you ain't getting paid. That's just the way it is. It's a value system. That's why when people get stuff for free, they don't value it. There's no value. I don't understand why anybody would do that. No sense of pride. And if you don't love yourself, I talked about this earlier, if you don't love yourself, how can you expect anybody to love anything about you? First person you need to love is you. Well, that's it. Day 53, 53,000 reps so far in our journey to 60,000. In our journey to 60,000, 12 weeks. And if you want more information on my program, go to Dr. Michael Baptiste on Instagram, Dr. Michael Baptiste. DM me and I'll get you information on the program. It is so cheap. It's about, very cheap, very cheap. I just want to see people. This isn't my career. I have another career, but I like to help people. And because I got to pay for the Trainerize app and all that stuff, but you get an app, you're going to get a program, you're going to get daily motivation. And I don't know if saying get your ass up out of bed is always, like you say, positive stuff, but you're going to get motivational quotes and things throughout the day from my own phone. So if you ever have problems, you just text me. Maybe you're feeling down someday. Let's talk the bullshit. Let's talk the UFC. Let's talk the shit. Whatever. That's what I'm here for. That's what I like to do. So if you're interested in that, DM me. We'll put you on the program starting at the end of next week. Then we're going to start getting into the real stuff after you get through these 12 weeks. Okay? Take care, everybody. Out of here.